If you've ever lived in a rough neighbourhood or been the victim of a burglary or even just felt unsafe walking at night, you've probably thought about getting a guard dog. And if you've thought about a guard dog, I bet you may have wondered, is the Cane Corso right for me? I mean, of course you would. The Corso is a living legend in the guarding world and has been booming in popularity since its 2010 American Kennel Club recognition. It's with that germ of an idea that our story begins, because the journey to the right dog is a lengthy one and not one best taken lightly. So if you're sitting there and you're wondering, is the noble Cane Corso the breed to choose to have by your side for whatever may come your way, good, bad and ugly, you need to be asking the right questions. Do you have the right equipment for such a big dog? The right skill set and mindset to approach puppy parenting? Is the Corso the right size and energy level for your home and lifestyle? Are they friendly enough with the kids? Are they going to cope with the stream of visitors you have every week? This is a dog who matures incredibly slowly and who has at least 2 fear periods in its first year before its protective instincts even kick in. If you think about it honestly, right now where we're beginning on this journey, are you the sort of person who can rise to the challenge of owning and leading a world-class protector who can be a killer in the wrong hands? Now, these are the right questions to have. But first, let's double back and think about where this all started. Why are you falling for this breed? What makes the Corso so appealing? Stereotypes about this Italian working mastiff are nestled in every nook and cranny of the internet and bouncing off walls at every local chippy. Do you look into those fiery amber eyes framed with black velvet and think about the ancient Roman dog of war who you've heard would charge into battle with flaming barrels of oil strapped to its back? Or the famously world-leading bite force it has in its huge skull that can bite through a cow's thigh bone like a hot knife through butter? Or the pack of killer hounds who carried out their dastardly master's bidding in Game of Thrones? Yes, Bolton's dogs were Corsos. Perhaps you've heard of Corsos competing with Malinois at top-level obedience outings. Maybe you're dreaming of the dog who you've been told will see you as the god he'd lay down his life for in a heartbeat. That is an incredible picture, isn't it? And it is all true. But what about when the harsh light of day shows this powerful beast in a less flattering way? You take home an ideal, an internet stereotype instead of a dog, and look at what unfolds in front of you can be a living nightmare. The Corso developed from a long and ancient line of protection, fighting and military dogs and spent several centuries being tasked with hunting huge game and droving cattle. So it's not a dog who's necessarily going to be happy inside a crate, in a flat, in a modern city, for 9 hours a day with nothing to do. Our understimulated Corso could well be a ticking time bomb with all the muscle of a prize fighter and jaws like an iron vice. It's not like millennia of guarding roles don't leave their impact in this DNA. A typical Corso isn't going to accept a stranger, be that a kind neighbour or a hired dog walker, into its home, to compensate for its lack of exercise and companionship. So, with such a potentially savage and incomparable bloodline, what can you possibly do to lead this 50-kilo titan into a life of virtue and positivity? Again, that is the right question to ask. And don't for a second think that all this means that the Corso is destined to die out or to live a life of unfulfillment with bad owners or inappropriate homes before that long walk to the euthanasia table. Of course not for a second. There is hope for this glorious breed, but it's with the right kind of upbringing. An upbringing where the dog is socialized to all of the sounds, sights, smells and surfaces in its world, under his loving leader's steady guiding hand. An upbringing where this powerful titan learns impeccable manners at every door, in waiting for every meal and around every person, family or stranger. An upbringing where both brain and its body are stimulated through intense exercise and the kind of obedience training that allows for zero room for doubt or delay. That is where we're heading if we want to do right by our Corso and have the dog of our dreams. But what does that look like? Well, because I love Corsos dearly, and because, as a canine behaviourist, and I often specialise in these guarding breeds, I see every day how easy it can go wrong. And to help with that, I've created my completely free course, The Principles of Perfect Puppy Training, so you can get it right first time and never have to come to somebody like me. I've made it completely free of charge to help as many prospective owners as possible. So do make sure that you check it out after this video. There'll be a link in the description box below. But a happy, well-raised, well-trained Corso is a joy to behold and worth the trials and tribulations you've gone through to get here. He will be your shadow. He shudders at that caged life he might have had, but he thrives under your loving leadership. With the extensive exercise and training you will be taking him through every day, that muscle tone is beautiful, but his mind is stable and at peace. He will guard your home with confidence and precision. He's never too fast, he shouldn't be too reckless, but will always have courage. And rarely will they ever be more than a few feet away from you. He will sit and wait for all of his meals patiently, and he will wait patiently at every threshold that he approaches by your side, knowing that all good things in life will come through your guidance. His mind is stimulated by the obedience work and the vocation that you're giving them. You're instilling a sense of value, and his lungs and musculature are worked to their full capacity, because a tired dog is a happy dog, and a tired Corso is a loving, dedicated, calm, and most importantly, safe dog in your home. Now, if that sounds like your happy ending, then don't forget to check out that completely free course, The Principles of Perfect Puppy Training. There'll be a link in the description box below. It's absolutely within your reach if you follow those kinds of strategies. And if that's the kind of Corso that you're looking for, go and check it out, and I can't wait to see you there.